me to see people work so hard on behalf of my brother. Something that I really probably never expected, and something that's really been a joy to me. And so I just really want to thank you. And thank you so much for what you have done.
What's success for you in this campaign?
What's success? Well, to win is one is the goal.
That's not going to happen.
Don Luskin, who's your pro-stock market candidate?
I mean this in all seriousness, Larry. Ron Paul.
Before we go, you can go online and rate the candidates' performances in tonight's debate. Just go to politics.msnbc.com. So far, we've received nearly 2,000 votes. The highest-rated candidate at the moment, Ron Paul, with 39%.
Texting your votes. Who do you think was the winner of tonight's debate? Just text your vote to 36988. By the way, here's a look at the early results of our text message poll. In first place, Ron Paul, surprisingly, 30%.
But I got to tell you, I have never seen so many viewer emails urging us to get a candidate on our air as I have with this particular gentleman. Our mailbox is consistently flooded with these requests.
I am Vice President of Global Communications and Public Affairs here at Google. I have a couple of announcements as we get started. I know we're pretty full, indeed overflowing here. I'm pleased to say, or I'm impressed to say, that we've never gotten so many questions on our Dory system for a presidential candidate who has visited Google.
Clinton, Barack Obama, Rudy Giuliani, McCain, 4 candidates in the race for the Oval Office. But when it comes to raising campaign cash, guess who is hitting a home run with the military? Michael Barone is a senior writer for U.S. News and World Report and also our Fox News political analyst. And I've got to tell you, they gave me 5 guesses. That's really nice graphic there. You decide, oh, wait. They gave me 5 guesses and I couldn't get it. So who does the military love?
Well, according to a website that's researched it, the #1 fundraiser from military personnel, Congressman Ron Paul of the 14th Congressional District of Texas.
That is right outside Austin, Texas.
Between Austin and Houston.
Yeah, very, very interesting.
How is Ron Paul's number so high? We've had so many emailers say that clearly some online communities are messing with the outcome.
We have lived as if in a trance. We have lived as people in fear. And now, our rights and our freedoms in peril, we slowly awaken to learn that we have been afraid of the wrong thing. Therefore, tonight have we truly become the inheritors of our American legacy. For on this first full day that the Military Commissions Act is in force, we now face what our ancestors faced at other times of exaggerated crisis and melodramatic fear-mongering, a government more dangerous to our liberty than is the enemy it claims to protect us from.
Listen to this. Over the weekend, before leaving town for a month-long vacation, the democratically controlled Congress handed President Bush exactly what he wanted, more than he asked for even. Legislation that broadly expands the administration's power to eavesdrop without warrants on Americans' international phone calls and emails.
That was a speech Mrs. Clinton gave in Iowa last week in which she told the crowd that she would keep American troops in Iraq because, quote, we cannot lose sight of our very real strategic national interests in this region. And yet at the same time, her campaign put out a press release boasting that, quote, Hillary Clinton announced her plan to end the war in Iraq and urged President Bush to act immediately. They can't both be true.
If we have actionable intelligence about high-value terrorist targets and President Musharraf will not act, we will.
We need a hybrid army. We need to look at nation building as part of what we have to teach our military.
In 2 nights, you're going to have the Republican candidates here. They all support the war. They all support the president. They all supported the escalation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to urge the Congress to think twice before thrusting this nation into a war without merit.
Our politics is now about the answer to one briefly worded question. Mr. Bush has failed. Mr. Warner has failed. Mr. Reid has failed. So, who among us will stop this war?
Hi, I'm Jill Hepker from Grinnell, Iowa. My question is, if you were president, what would be your strategy for ending the war in Iraq?
Congressman Paul, what would it be?
Just come home. We just marched in. We can just come home.